What's up, guys? It's the Bowtie Man here. And today we're reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Tab. And if you haven't noticed, I just got my green screen, so I'm playing with it. But I wasn't thinking, and I wore a green shirt today. Plickers, I love them, but their shirts are green. And so that's why I look a little bit like a floating head. But now here's the product hype video for the Samsung Galaxy Tab. All right, so what it does? Well, it's a tablet. It's the most well-known Android tablet. There are lots of different types of Android tablets and lots of different sizes. The one that I have seems to be the 10.5 version. And so my take on the Samsung Galaxy Tab. First off, I don't hate it. I'm an Apple guy. I'm naturally an Apple guy. I love the fact that all of my Apple products talk so well across platforms. So I didn't know, I got an Android tablet from work so I could be of use with people on Android, and I didn't know what I would think of it. And I have this Android tablet, and I don't hate it. I think there's a lot that's good about it. There are things that I'm not too thrilled with about it. Some of the movement around the screen and the way the screen's set up is not really for me, but there are some things that I really like about it, some that I even like better than an iPad. To me, it's kind of more of an entertainment device, though, than an actual productivity device. And the reason I say that is part of it is the orientation of it. It's in a more landscape orientation. And so it's like you turn an iPad sideways and the camera would be in the middle there. So to me, that's more of an entertainment iPad because it's setting it up more to do things like watch Netflix and watch movies. And I like using it for that. That's what I use it a lot for, as a entertainment tablet. As far as a productivity tablet, it just feels awkward when you turn it more to like a piece of paper would be and more towards the traditional iPad orientation. As far as some of the things that are a little different as far as the App Store and developers develop a lot more for iPad than they do for an Android tablet. For instance, I'm doing this video on TouchCast. TouchCast doesn't have an Android app. They have iPad apps. And so to me, that's the reason to get an iPad, is that Apple's ahead in the developers right now and Android's a little bit behind. Although you will see some apps in the Android store that you would not see in the iPad store just because of the app approval process with Apple. One of the things I like really about it as far as productivity though is that right on my main screen is kind of basically widgets. I can see my calendar and I can see email. I think that's really great. I think that orientation where things are on the bottom as far as apps instead of like all across the screen. I wish Apple would let you put some widgets in. I think that would be really cool. I think on that note too is that it does split screening, whereas Apple is I have not seen Apple's split screening yet because it's only on the bigger size iPads. It's not on iPad minis, and this is a bigger size Android tablet, so that's why it's there. The setup of it is really the setup of the screen. It's easy to set up, but the setup of the screen is where I'm a little with it, is that you have to like move widgets, or it's hard to move things around. It's hard to organize stuff on your screen. It's not as intuitive as say an iPad where I just go and I hold the app down and then I can move it anywhere. It's a lot tougher to do it on an Android tablet, and that organization part of it really bothers me. And so my overall education take with the Android tablet is that really, if I'm going to buy a tablet, this would probably be third in line. Really, I'd look at iPads and I'd look at Surface Pros before I look at these. I don't know that you can do all you really need to do in a school. I think there's some really great things you could do with an Android tablet, but if I'm going to go Google, I'd probably buy Chromebooks first. But on that note too, I think it wouldn't hurt the schools that are going Chromebook to have a couple of Android tablets on hand to do filming and video editing and do some of those types of things that an iPad does so well, and an Android tablet can do fairly decently too.